Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jagdish and you are watching JJ Bros Agriculture. So I hope you guys are doing well in this lockdown period. I think it's the time to let you know guys some concepts about NRM2. Okay, so let's start. So how you can calculate the normality if there is given the purity percentage and percentage of specific gravity of a chemical. So it's quite simple. The formula is normality is equal to percentage purity into percentage specific gravity into 1000 divided by equivalent weight. You know how to calculate equivalent weight, right? So yeah, this is it. Then if you have to prepare a solution from the chemical, if you are entering into laboratory and you have to prepare some chemical stock solution, then if you want to prepare a normal of solution, then what is the quantity of that chemical you should take. Formula is N is equal to weight by equivalent weight into 1000 by V. If you want, so what is the quantity of chemical you have to add in 1000 liter, 1000 ml distilled water? So that would be weight is equal to N into equivalent weight. Okay, so this will come here and this will also come here into V divided by 1000, right? So V is 1 liter. Okay, so like that you can calculate. And if another question may ask that if there is stock solution of certain normality and you have to make some volume from that stock solution. Okay, so the formula will be N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. So it's the existing stock solution concentration N1, then V1 how much quantity you have to take from this stock solution to prepare. V2 amount of working sample of concentration N2. So yeah, so you can prepare, you can now you are able to prepare from normality of stock solution to standard working solution. You can prepare from this. Okay, from this you can prepare working standard from normal stock standard. From this you can prepare a stock solution, and from this you can know the normality of any chemical. Okay, so next question: what is the permissible insolubility in fertigation? Fertigation, you know the term, application of fertilizer with irrigation water. So what should be the permissible limit in fertigation? That is 0.2%. And what should be the maximum concentration of stock solution? As you know, if we will rise the stock solution concentration, then there will be osmotic potential will be higher. So it will be difficult for the plant to take up any nutrient or soil water. So that maximum concentration should be 10%, or the stock solution of fertigation should be less than 10%. Okay, so SAR, sodium absorption ratio, is the sodium concentration in milliequivalent divided by calcium concentration plus magnesium concentration by 2 to the root over sodium concentration divided by root over of calcium plus magnesium by 2. Okay, RSC, what is RSC? That is residual sodium carbonate, that is in milliequivalent per liter, is equal to carbonate concentration plus bicarbonate concentration minus calcium concentration plus magnesium concentration. That is said to be safe if residual sodium carbonate concentration is less than 1.25 milliequivalent per liter. Okay, so according to salt tolerance of crop, there are some salt tolerant crops like barley, dhancha, sugar beet. These are salt tolerant crop. Remember these crops because they are frequently asked in exam. And salt sensitive crops are like guar, pea, copy. Those legume crops are really crop sensitive. And barley in cereal, then dhancha, that is green manure crop, Sesbania rostrata, and sugar beet. These are salt tolerant crops. Okay, there may be some mechanism in those plants like salt exclusion principle, then salt compartmentalization and all that. So you have to remember all these things. Okay, then in saline soil planting should be done in, it is another frequently asked question. In saline soil planting should be done in northern slope because southern slope used to get higher solar radiation. So in northern slope the planting should be done. Okay, let me wipe out all these things. It's like some rough note. Okay, the next question is we have covered 1, 2, 3, 4. and 5. Okay, so next question is about soil moisture constant. What is soil moisture constant? There's certain value or potential of soil. Okay, so in saturation level, saturation meaning that is also called maximum water holding capacity. When we call the soil at maximum water holding capacity, when the both micro and macro core of soil is filled with water. So at the saturation water holding saturation point of maximum water holding capacity, the soil moisture constant, the term of soil moisture constant is saturation or maximum water holding capacity, and the potential or tension of water that is held in soil is 0 bar. That is the maximum water tension or water potential, that is 0 bar. That is in a saturation condition. Then in field capacity the potential is minus 0.1 to minus 0.33 bar. In permanent wilting point the potential of water is minus 15 bar, and in hygroscopic coefficient this is minus 31 bar. Okay, so the available moisture is in the range between field capacity to permanent wilting point. Okay, the capillary range is between field capacity to hygroscopic coefficient. Remember this thing. Available moisture is from field capacity to permanent wilting point, and capillary range is from field capacity to hygroscopic coefficient. Okay, so next question: modern concept of water availability. So there are two types of water availability you generally know. That is, yeah, the plant avail the water equally from field capacity to permanent wilting point. Um, okay, and another concept was like the availability of water from field capacity to permanent wilting point goes on decreasing. So, but the modern concept says that water, even at 25% of depletion of available soil moisture, there is no change in crop growth. That is the modern concept. Okay. Then about irrigation water harmful to crops. Irrigation water harmful to crops if nitrate concentration is, remember, irrigation water harmful to crop if nitrate concentration goes beyond 50 ppm, and it is harmful to human if it is goes beyond 10 ppm. That is declared by World Health Organization. And if the concentration is higher, then that causes methemoglobinemia or blue baby syndrome. Okay, remember these things. Then question number 9: water retained in soil when there are different water potential. You know, this is soil metric potential, this is osmotic potential, and this is gravitational potential. Metric potential is due to soil colloid, osmotic potential is due to soil mineral and salts, gravitational potential is due to placement of water or due to gravity. So in the condition when water retained in soil is, that is, the cumulative of metric potential and osmotic potential is greater than psi g. Okay, the potential of metric and osmotic potential is should greater than the gravitational potential to retain the water in soil. Okay, and the reverse, when the water moves downward, when the gravitational potential is greater than the combination of metric and osmotic potential. Next, hysteresis concept. This is another important question. Hysteresis. What is hysteresis concept? It is the phenomenon where at a particular tension, desorption curve contain more water or moisture than sorption curve. What is hysteresis? This is a phenomena when desorption curve, one is sorption curve, one is desorption curve. Sorption curve means if one dried soil is getting moisture, okay, getting increasing moisture level, and desorption curve means one saturated soil is decreasing its moisture. Okay, so in hysteresis concept, in a particular tension, the desorption curve contain more moisture than sorption curve. Okay, so there are certain laws in water movement. Okay, one is Poiseuille's law. Poiseuille's law states that the water flow is directly proportional to the fourth power of radiation of that soil pipe or that soil pore. Okay, so that is Q is equal to pi r to the power 4 del P. Okay, by 8 mu L. Mu is the viscosity, length, the length of the pipe, and del P is the potential difference. R is the radiation. Okay, then Darcy's law. Darcy's law is applicable for both saturated and moisture, unsaturated flow. Darcy's law states that the rate of flow is directly proportional to the area of cross section, then potential gradient, then inversely proportional to the length into the pipe that. Okay, and Darcy's law applicable. Darcy's law applicable. There is condition. when Darcy's law is applicable, Darcy's law applicable when Reynolds number is less than 1. Okay, so what is Reynolds number? Reynolds number is equal to rho VL by mu. Okay, and this Reynolds number, when it is less than 1, then only Darcy's law is applicable. You must thinking that why I am so slow, talking too slow, because this is night, and so I can't talk loudly. Okay. um, yeah, so next question: active absorption of water. You know there are two types of absorption of water and mineral. One is active absorption and another is passive absorption. When we call the active absorption, when it expands the metabolic energy, that is active absorption, and when passive, there is no metabolic energy used. So the total amount of water that is absorbed through active absorption is less than 10%, and more than 90% of water absorbed through passive absorption, that is transpiration flow. Okay. Another concept of water relation, that is DPD, diffusion pressure deficit, is equal to osmotic pressure minus TP. You should remember this formula. Okay. Then water requirement, uh, you have to also remember this formula. Water requirement is equal to irrigation requirement plus effective rainfall plus soil moisture contribution. Okay. Then another, this is soil perspective, this is plant perspective. Okay, plant perspective means consumptive use, water economy is consumptive use plus losses. What is consumptive use? That is 80 loss of water from 80 plus loss of water in metabolic, that is 1%, nearly less than 1%, and through 80 it is more than 99%. Okay, so one is consumptive use, another is conjunctive use. The consumptive use of water is the water used in evapotranspiration on metabolic water. And what is conjunctive use? Conjunctive use is the mixing of two quality of water, or mixing two source like surface water and groundwater for application of in irrigation. So there are different efficiencies in irrigation. One is conveyance efficiency, one is application efficiency, then storage efficiency, then distribution efficiency. What is conveyance efficiency? That is water moved to the plot divided by water delivered from the source. Okay, then application efficiency, water stored in the root zone, then water enters to the plot. Okay, water storage efficiency, water stored in the root zone divided by water needed to have the field capacity level. Okay, to this field capacity. So these are the potential of the potential of these are the efficiency of irrigation. So we have covered 13 number point, and okay, 14, energy deviation due to climate heterogeneity is called adventive energy. The energy deviation due to climate heterogeneity is called adventive energy, and the energy deviation due to horizontal variation, that is called Clothes line effect, and vertical variation is called OSS effect. Okay. Okay, now crop ET means that is evapotranspiration from crop is equal to crop coefficient into E pan. From pan evaporimeter value, we can estimate the ET crop. How? By multiplying the crop coefficient. Crop coefficient, that is certain coefficient developed by scientists to using different model. So, and this is highest during flowering stage. So ET crop we can estimate from E pan by multiplying the crop coefficient. Okay, ET0 reference evapotranspiration is the multiplication of E pan into K pan. Okay, K pan is 0.7. E pan, that is the water evaporated from the pan, open pan evaporimeter. Irrigation efficiency is net irrigation requirement divided by cross irrigation requirement into 100. Okay, then here we have discussed about pan evaporation. So diameter of USWB class A open pan evaporimeter is equal to 120 centimeter and height is 25 centimeter. And that factor I have already discussed, that is 0.7. Then error degree of freedom. In statistics, we know error degree of freedom. That is, you must know or remember these formulas because they are often asked in SRF, NET exam also, and in JRF and ARS also. So for RBD, that is replication degree -1 into treatment -1. In CRD, n minus t. In LST, t minus 1 into t minus 2. In factorial experiment, that is r minus 1 into pq minus 1. In split plot, p means mean plot factor into r minus 1 into q minus 1. In strip plot, r minus 1 into p minus 1 into q minus 1. Okay. Now next point, green manuring in situ. There are two types of green manuring. One is green manuring in situ, another is green leaf manuring. So green manuring in situ is followed in North India. What is green manure in situ? The crop is grown in the plot where main plot is to be planted, and it is incorporated in the soil before the planting of main crop. Then green leaf manuring means the green manure crop is planted somewhere else, and that foliage part that is blocked after some stage, then it is incorporated in the main crop field. So green manuring in situ is followed mainly in North India, and green leaf manuring followed in mainly Eastern and Central India. Then Sesbania rostrata, that is Dhoicha, is suitable for tolerance in saline sodic soil. Okay, I've already discussed that is tolerant crop. Dhoicha is a saline tolerant crop. Okay, so whereas Sesbania cannabina, another species of Sesbania that is tolerant to acidic soil. Okay, next question is permanent charge in clay minerals due to the phenomena that contribute to permanent charge in clay mineral is isomorphous substitution. Okay, the higher valence group is substituted by lower valence group. Okay, so therefore it develops another charge. Okay, permanent charge. So that is due to isomorphous substitution, and pH dependent charge is due to that OH group and COH group. So thanks guys for watching this video. If you have any doubt at any point during my lecture, then just comment it below and I'll go through it and answer you right back. Okay, so in next section we will cover another 20 question. So this much for today, so stay tuned and good luck. Thank you.